All right, Mia, how ready are you to do this?
I am ready.
How do you like to start?
Well, I was just doing this. I'm like, I'm just gonna do this because whatever it is about my shoulders and my arms lately, all I want to do is stretch. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay.
And what do you need to set aside?
Being a good client. I'm setting that aside. I'm not gonna overthink it.
Nice. Well, if you're not going to overthink it, what committed way of being will help you get in the space that you want to be in?
Mm. Um, you know what? I That's a great question. I think I'm gonna be candid and speak my truth. I think what just jumped out about that is like really saying, like having the courage for myself to say what's there for me inside of this, whatever we're gonna explore, that's something that's important to me right now.
In what sense is it important?
I think there's a lot going on for me right now, and it's trying to, like, I feel like I'm trying to navigate multiple priorities, multiple areas of my life that feel like they all need my full attention. I'm not sure that's true,
Mhm.
but I think being candid allows me to hear my own voice in this and hear what's true for me in this.
Mm.
And that's important.
If you hear what's true for you, what do you want to do with that?
I think I want to use that kind of as my North Star. Not kind of, that sounds wishy-washy. I want to use it as my North Star. Um, like how can I discern, or how can I find my way through all these varied priorities and interests and desires right now so that I can stay on track. I think my voice will be a good indicator for that.
Mm. Perfect. So we'll use that throughout to see what you're hearing
Okay.
and, and if it's guiding you the way or how you want.
Okay.
Um, in this first session, we just did the floor plan, so you explored values that have started way long ago
Hmm.
and now probably have come to this place of where you are today. So, kind of answering that question of who was I in the past to who am I today, and that in between those two, and how do they play a role? Now we're to a moment of while we have those values, which ones actually from day to day get your attention? And while there's a lot of times that we have values that are really high, they don't always get our attention because every value wants our attention. So this tool allows you the space and time to get an aerial view of what's going on and what's the pull and push of your values, your beliefs, and how does it inform who you are and what you choose to do
Yeah.
and not do. And when you think about that exploration, what would be important for you to get out of having that view of your life?
Well, that's actually, I think what's interesting is that I feel like I'm kind of down in the murkiness, like in the muck that I can't see what I really want to give attention to. What what really matters right now to me, because everything feels important and everything feels like it's needing me. And I don't know that that's true. And I think it's been keeping me spinning. So if I could figure out, like, get that perspective to go, actually, this area of my life I want to give attention to. That would be amazing.
How so?
I just feel like it would take me out of spinning or feeling confused or pulled. Because if all the pulling feels outside of me and I don't feel like that in like I know what to give attention to and that I'd be deciding what to give attention to.
If you weren't spinning, being pulled, what would you be doing?
Hmm, I think I'd be focused and getting shit done, which I like to do. And it doesn't always just mean like doing, but like I'd be feeling like I was accomplishing something
Who
that
would
matters. That matters.
who would you get to be if you accomplish things that mattered?
Hmm. I get to be someone I'm proud of. I get to be accomplished.
Because of where you're at right now, what would you call this this phase of the push and pull, the
Discombobulation. That's what I would call it.
I'm so glad that you can't read my writing.
That's a hard word.
So at the end of this, what's going to tell you you've moved from discombobulation to accomplish?
I think I will feel like I don't think I'll be pulling. I think I'll be moving, like from me, not pushed behind it. Like there's something, it's internal motivation to move forward.
So it'll move from external to internal.
Yeah. Yeah. Because right now it feels like this. It just feels like I'm entangled and I would like to just be able to like go this way. I don't know how to do it any other way. I don't know what you call that. Focused movement.
Perfect. So to get to that focus movement, and you had said that you would really like to see what really matters.
Hmm.
There is, you received a life map.
Yeah.
And the first part is to look at all the areas that are kind of in that space of they could be calling you. I don't know if they are.
Hmm.
I, as you look at each one of these areas, basic surrounding, well-being, family, etc., if you could first mark throughout on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most satisfied, 1 being the least satisfied, and just put what number you think you're at with each one of these. There's no right or wrong.
Okay.
And it's not that one has to be only for that section. So you could have all fives.
Okay. Okay.
The second piece of this, if you look, Nia, on the top right hand side of that,
Mm.
there is a key. And so marking which areas are feeding you right now with a smiley face.
Okay.
And then it asks you to mark. I'm just going to go through all of these
All
and
right.
go back. Mark which areas are draining you. They can be the same. Um,
So I
And
could have one that's feeding me and draining me simultaneously. So
yes,
okay, okay.
like your well-being might be amazing at times, but also suck. Uh,
Hmm.
and areas that you're wrestling with an X, a double arrow, and areas that you're feeling like you're being stretched and challenged. And then put a box in the areas that you might be hiding or ignoring at times. It doesn't mean all the time, but it could.
Okay. Okay.
So, Nia, when you look at your map right now,
Mhm.
what story does it convey to you?
Hmm. Well, it's okay. Like everything's eh. Um, there are places that are good, but they're like the places that I'm feeling the most like push pull.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my family, my basic surroundings, so my home, my office, everything's around my house. Like it's my kids, my significant other, my environment in my home. And then even I have on here, interestingly enough, I put community not being my personal community, because to clarify that, because this is what came up, is that I have my career and then I have a community of people that I serve and that I've been working, and like that is also in that push pull, which is really interesting to me because I feel like that's what I'm noticing the most in this. And the other piece is like for the first time in a long time, like learning is really high. Like I'm learning a lot. And so that's going well. So I feel like if I were to say what is the story, there's um I think what's pushing and pulling in all these areas is how I've always done things or how I've always approached things to how I want to approach things. There's this tension right now in all those areas, the family, the significant other, basic surroundings, and my work community, that there's
What's causing the tension?
um I think the fact that what I've always done isn't working for me anymore. And I don't think it's working for others either.
Mhm.
And I think the tension is that I just want to, like what I would normally do is just get in and fix it. And the thing is that I think what I'm realizing is that getting in and fixing it, the problem, only works for a short period of time. And what I'm looking for are things that are like, I think I want to shift into a more, rather than fixing like it's not a problem, it's like I need to be different in these areas
Mhm.
in order to shift them from being they're good to being better. And the usual approach of hey, just fix it, just come up with something creative and do it isn't going to work. And so because that'll just do that for a little while because I'm still me. So there seems to be like there's an opportunity maybe.
So, what values are you upholding when you go to fix it mode?
um I think some of the values that are getting upheld in the like like self-determination. Like I can do it. I can do it. I will just get it done. And that is really like deep in me. Like if it is to be, it's up to me. I will get it done. Um,
Nice.
and then what was that?
It's a nice tagline.
Right. Right. And I think the other piece is control. Like how do I control this and keep things okay. And I think the what's shifting is what has been okay isn't really okay anymore.
So what in that shift, if you stay where you're at, what are you denying? What value gets ignored?
This is gonna be crazy. I never look at that list of values, but there's a word that's like there. There's an energy of a word. Well, maybe I won't. It's like it's better than this word, but this is the energy of it is alignment. Like I like it's not about perfecting, but it's like about I can do better, but I'm not doing better. And I think I can live into my capability
Mm.
more and I'm shutting myself down. And so I think it's like I don't know what the word is, but I can feel it. And it feels like um I think the other thing is really that good esteem, like feeling like I'm in that alignment with who I want to be and how I'm showing up in the places that um in all areas that aren't always in the public eye that like keeping things in in alignment. That's that's what's there.
Mm. So if you think about that person that's accomplished, what is that person? How does that person even look at the push pull?
Mm. Um, they just see it as trying, like just trying, keep going. And it's not like just to get it, it's not a one and done. It's like it's practice. It's like a continued personal practice or um, developing those routines that it just becomes a part of who you are. And that's what they're saying. Like that's what they see it as. Like that's all it is. It's personal mastery. That's the word that I was looking for. Like that personal mastery, like to build that you have to practice.
When you sit in that place, what beliefs do you have to really lean on for it to be practice?
I think it's believing that I think it's believing that it's worth it. Like belief in it, like trying that it's worth it. It's worth doing it even if it's not perfect. Even if you can't, I don't know how to explain it. It's like um sometimes belief is that there's joy in the doing of it, in the practice of it.
When you think about being candid of all those areas that are providing the push and the pull,
Hmm.
what is it asking you in each one of those areas to be candid about?
Mhm. uh, you can't think your way out of this is kind of the candidness, is that no amount of thinking is going to get the results that I really want. I have to just do it. That's the candid piece, is that I'm not going to be able to find a shortcut or find a better way, that sometimes you just got to do it. That's candid.
And how much do you believe that?
I think it's really true. I don't like it. I don't want that to be the answer. I would like a magic wand, please. Um,
There's always
but but I think the truth is that um I'm making, like, my brain is making this out to be so much harder than it needs to be.
mm.
And part of that is trying to find another way.
So of everything on your life map,
Mhm.
going back to your question, what really matters on the map?
Well, I don't want to go here because it wasn't on my plan, but this is what happens, right? It's not what I thought I'd be talking about. But honestly, um, my relationship with my husband is coming up, is that um that I think that is really key because um partnership, as much as I like my environment, my family, my work community, the truth is that unless that is in order and that's going well, it doesn't matter about those other things, because that's really where that's the one place that I am, uh, where I get really filled up. And right now it's at a 4. That's not filling me up. And there's a lot of tension. I was like, wow, if I have that, then I can face the things that are going on with my family. Then I feel like I have support in the things that I want to do in my environment. Then I feel like somebody has my back when it comes to, or even just goes, oh my gosh, things are hard. I can tell you're having a rough day, when it comes to what I'm trying to do with my business. Um, that, that I think is a linchpin for all these other areas.
What would you like to do right now? Focus on that relationship or explore more of the map?
I actually think that I want to kind of follow that, because I feel like I did not want to say that out loud. I wanted to go like family, my kid who's driving me nuts. That's what I was going to focus on. But the truth is that this would really help me. And so, yeah, this is where I'd like to focus. I think this relationship is really important to me.
So, can I pause you for 1 second?
You
I know
sure can.
it's 29.
Oh,
And
oh, my goodness. 10 minutes.
okay,
Can we do that? All
I take
right.
I will be very aware of that. That I don't want you to be late.
We'll be
So,
good.
Nia, for you, thinking about taking this direction and focusing on your relationship, how does even deciding to go there inform some of that North Star piece that you said is important to you?
That's fine. I forgot I said North Star, but that's what it felt like when I said it. It felt like this is like the light that I'm looking for. Like, if this is clear and this is a priority for me, then all these other things get cleaned up along the way. And it's the thing that I go, you know what? That can wait. that we can get to. The kids, this, and this is really important to me right now.
Mm.
Yeah.
What tells you it's important?
The fact that I have this much energy talking about it, and the fact that when I said it, I could see all these other things start to calm down. It's
Mm.
almost like I could see it and feel it. Like, remember I was talking about the tentacles? It's like they're not even bugging me right now. So that's part of what's telling me that.
And where is that energy? Inside or outside of you?
It feels like it's like right here, which is very hard saying. It feels like this is inside.
Perfect. So taking that,
Hmm.
and we're doing two things at once. We're going to move from the life map into the perspective wheel. And so, Nia, for you, you said that you wanted to focus on your relationship. When you think about the the type of relationship, and you said you're at a 4, what do you want it to be at?
I'd like it to be like, I think a 10 is probably, I don't know. I don't know. But I'd really like it to be like up at a 9. That'd be great. 9, 8.5 or above would be fantastic. I can't even imagine a 10 at this point.
So 8, 9, perhaps a 10. What would you
Yeah.
have to declare you are manifesting by?
Uh, I am I am in a loving, caring. I am creating a loving, caring, fun, and exciting relationship with my husband.
Can I read this back to you?
Yes, because I don't even remember what I said.
I am creating a loving, caring, fun, and exciting relationship with my husband.
Yeah.
So this next piece is just wildly brainstorming
Okay.
ideas of how this can be. You don't
Okay.
even have to pick any of them, but it's just
Okay.
putting things out there. When you think about who you want to be with Steve and creating this relationship, what is the easiest way you can do it?
I could make sure that I am giving him a hug and a kiss when we wake up and before I go to bed, and when he gets home and when he gets back from work. I could do that. That would be the easiest.
What would be the most complicated thing you could do?
Coordinate a babysitter so that we could have a weekend away, like 2 nights, not one night because it's not enough. 2 nights. That would be the most complicated.
What would be, how old's Eiley? 5?
6.
Oh, 6. What would be an Eiley idea? Like if you were a 6-year-old, what would,
She would say, go to the water park. Go go to the water park with him. That would be what she would say.
what have you seen other couples do that you're like, oh, we should do that, and then you never do it?
Um, I think like going out with friends, like couples, like get out and go out with friends.
What did you used to do when you first met Steve that you thought was so sweet that then you stopped
Mm.
doing?
Um, we used to go dancing.
What's something that you thought, oh God, I hope we never do that? And now you're like, well, maybe.
That's good. Um, I'm also gonna put down as much as I think that like going out with couples. Like that's another I'm like, like I never thought I'd want to do that. But that's one.
Um, what's something that just seems obvious, but you never do it?
Um, I think going out on a regular date, date night.
Um, I'm watching the time, so
Yeah,
normally would go all eight, but you got
that's
six here, so I'm gonna
that's
go.
pretty good.
If you could just share on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna share these with you of how interested you are of doing
Hmm.
is giving Steve a kiss and a hug when he wakes up, when you go to bed, when he leaves the house, when he comes home.
I get 10.
Coordinating a babysitter for 2 nights and going away.
I'm not energized, but I'm also I think that'd be so good. Um, a 7.
Water park,
Ugh, 4. If I had a cute bod right now, I would, but I don't. Don't like being in a
hanging
suit.
out with couples.
Um, like a 6. That actually feels like a lot more work than going finding a babysitter, now that I'm thinking about it.
Dancing.
Mm, God, we're so old now. I think that could potentially be like a 8 because I think we'd have fun.
Just go on a regular date.
That's a 10. I think that's actually really easy.
Of all the ones, which one really calls to you right now?
Honestly, I think the one that calls to me the most is the hugs and kisses because that's something I can do that I think might be a catalyst for more.
Mm. What would have to start that whole process for you?
Oh, just me deciding to do it.
Mhm.
And that's not hard. I think I'm already decided.
And what would you look for that tells you that things are aligning?
Um, I think how I feel is important, but I also think just noticing how it might change our energy together.
Mhm.
Does that invite more intimacy, more kindness, more gentleness with each other, more interest in each other, just curiosity about each other? Because our worlds, like live in two worlds. So that'd be really nice.
And so, what are you noticing as you, or can I take that question back?
You can.
What are you learning about yourself by exploring all this?
I think I think as I'm sitting here taking this all in, is that I don't want to just be busy all the time.
Mm.
And I think I've been telling I think that's been showing up like as a side effect in other areas of my life. And what I really want is to tend to what what always nourishes me. And when we get time together, there's never a question. That's why I'm with him. I mean, like, it's not a love affair by any means. It's not like romantic or anything like, but we are really good partners to each other and we really like each other and we make each other laugh and giggle and all of that is I need that in my life. That's why I chose him as my life partner. And so, but that means I have to tend to that. And that's on me. That's on me. Being busy all the time can sometimes be a cop out.
So we are at your time limit. So just closing it out. How close did you get to your goal?
I'm surprised and delighted. That's what I'm feeling like. I didn't know that's what I wanted, but I was looking for a place to enter, and this is actually really helpful. I feel more centered in my body, so I feel really good.
And how would you like to close out?
I would like to say thank you, and I'm just sending everybody a big hug for sharing that space with me, that you got to all experience that with me. So thank you, and thank you, Jenny. Um, I'm very grateful. And I'm sorry I got a dash, everybody, but enjoy chatting this up about me. And and if you have questions for me tomorrow, I'll be back. So have a good one. And thank you, Jenny. That was really good.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right. Enjoy and good luck.
Thanks. Bye.